Hello there, my name is Andy and this is a video of me driving my new E36. Now if you have seen my earlier videos, then you know that at this point I am in the middle of a around the country drifting trip in which I'm living out of an RV with my family and we're hitting up just a ton of drift events. And you would also know that the reason I have a new E36 is because I crashed my old one right into a wall in New Hampshire about 6 days before this video was taken. And I destroyed it. So I had just bought this car off of a new buddy I made up in New Hampshire. He helped me out, and I'm just kind of comparing the car to my older one. So the other one was SLR steering angle kit up front, some good fuel coilovers, nice LSD, and this one just rips. This is a great car, but it's a little bit more of kind of a budget setup that a lot of people would do with E46 control arms, cut knuckles, just kind of whatever suspension he's got put together on there, and a welded diff, and comparing some of those. And this is at Lock City in Connecticut, and here we go.
All right, so about to go out, do a few tandems. This is a buddy I met at it was at Nedco. Yeah, man, this thing feels, it's similar but different from my car. It's kind of like wearing two left shoes. Feels a little funny, but still shoes, I guess. The handbrake being over here, it's inline, which is fine. I don't really mind that. However, oh, here we go. Could have gone better, but we'll get used to it. So anyway, what I was saying, it's like wearing two left shoes. Same shoe, it just feels kind of funny. It has less angle than, so this is E46 control arms, which are longer control arms with cut knuckles, but it still has a good bit of angle. It's certainly not a small amount. It's perfectly drivable. You know, if you're building a budget car, I don't see any reason to not do E46 arms and cut knuckles. It's fine. Less adjustability. I guess I'm going first. Less adjustability, but I mean, whatever. So but the handbrake is cool. It's just I'm used to not having to worry about using my foot brake and the handbrake at the same time. But it's usually, I mean, it's not really something you have to do that often, or that I do that often. That's just if I'm like really cooking it in and I'm trying to slow down a good bit, but it's not completely necessary. I don't know if I'll keep that or not. My only like critique, at least as far as like the controls and everything go, is the handbrake location. So it's like way over here. So I don't know if you can see with the GoPro on my helmet here, but my arm is almost fully extended to reach that, whereas my other one was here, and that was kind of preferred. At least for me, it was preferred. Or honestly, I would be totally fine with a handbrake down here, a hydro, mount it back there, and then do that. It would feel a little bit more natural, I think. Way over here, maybe I'll get used to it, but I've definitely reached for it a couple times and just like completely missed it. So I have to like think right before I grab the handbrake. I have to think, remember, it's a block away over there. But maybe I'll get used to it. I'm sure I will. I also have heat, which is pretty cool. I also have a radio. Totally forgot about it. I was listening to the radio earlier. Just driving around drifting. Never done that before. I've always been in a gutted car. And, wait for it, ta-da! Sunroof. Man, just living a life of luxury though, right now. Although that sunroof's coming out like tomorrow. I'm gonna keep the front interior. Pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm gonna keep the front interior, but gut the back as the cage goes in this week. Oh, sorry, 3.
Oh.
My bad, my bad.
Hold on. Wait until he moves.
All right.
3.
I'm
Go.
dummy. Sitting here yapping. Not telling the guy I'm going 3. Pretty well, trying to run nice and wide. This thing feels really good. Alright, we're going 3 again. Give him a little bit of space as requested, and probably not a bad idea. Turn that off. Crazy, but you know it keeps you on your toes. Okay, so I got a couple runs in. I'm about to go jump out in the advanced groups. I signed up in advanced, but I figured it'd be a good idea to get used to the car first, so I just moved myself to intermediate. I'm gonna go into advanced. I tried to do a little bit of tandem with some of the guys earlier. One of them was one of the Nedco guys from the last event I was with, so that's cool. They let me jump in there with them. But I can't really find anybody to drive with in advance. I guess they don't allow like randy tandies, as he calls it, which is funny. But you know, no random tandems. You can't just jump in with anybody at any point. You have to have it set up ahead of time. I don't know anybody. I don't know, talk to a couple people that are really cool with driving with somebody they don't know. Whatever, that's fine. I'm just gonna do some solo runs out there now, and I don't know, keep getting a good feel for the car. There we go. All by myself. I don't wanna be all by myself. screaming like a punk so I don't hit the tire barrier. You know what? I can live with that right now. This point in my life, at least on that one lap, I can live with myself, because the consequences of me crashing this car right now are high. So the car is feeling a little funny, and I came in and I was like, oh no, maybe it's a tire, maybe something's just flapping around back here. And pulled up, the guy next to me was like, hey, I think your wheel bearing's gone bad. Wasn't a wheel bearing, it was really some friends who have a welder. Well, broke part of the car, and break it. I swear I didn't hit anything this time. Well, it's broken in my custody, but I swear I didn't hit anything this time. So up underneath, you can kind of see wheels all up in there. So yeah, the trailing arm, which I tried to get a video of a little bit earlier, it's kind of hard to see. There's a little dark up underneath there. The trailing arm just broke right in half. Look back at it, looked like it was welded together. So that's not ideal. But guy I got the car from, getting it AAA towed back, and here's another one, just gonna replace it. But it's a little bit of a bummer because I only have 3 AAA tows, and I have now used 2 of them in 1 week. I feel like those are kind of my get out of jail free cards, and we have a lot further to go. So it's kind of a bummer to use one of my AAA tows. And the good news is a lot of times we have the RV at the track. So like if this had happened and the RV was here, I could still like get it in the trailer. You know what I mean? But the downside, and of course, so I got here, I didn't have the keys to my truck. So it's been a whole thing. Guy who runs Lock City, super nice, put me in his truck, drove me to the campground, which is half an hour away, so I could get my truck keys. And then, very nice lady who works at the campground actually offered to take me back to my car, which is still at Thompson Speedway, which is where I am right now. And I called AAA. So she just dropped me off. AAA is coming to get the car. They'll be in like an hour. Going back down to the shop. Then I'm getting in my truck and then driving my truck the hour and a half back up to the RV. I can't even think right now. Back up to where the RV is. And I'm about an hour and a half away from the shop right now. You know, man, this is what it is. Hopefully this is it. Everybody today was telling me about what a solid car this was because everybody's seen it run, and the guy I got it from is super legit and builds really good cars. So I'm hoping that this is just a fluke. I think it is, and we'll be solid for the rest of the trip. And so yeah, man, we'll get her up there. I think when the tow guy, like they obviously towed me outside the gate so I could get the car picked up tonight. I think this wasn't great before, but it definitely wasn't that bad. So I'm just gonna take the bumper off as a precaution. It's all an adventure, man. Life's an adventure. So you look at it. Got your ups and downs, but what are the ups without the downs, right? So here we go. So for the rest of the week, we're gonna get this thing ready to rock. Hopefully no more big problems out of it. This does it.